Hello, happy Monday, everyone. Thanks so much for coming in tonight. I am starting a new quilt project tonight. It's going to be an hourglass block quilt. I found a neat way to do hourglass blocks that I've been meaning to try for a little while, so we're going to see how that goes. While you guys are coming in, I'm going to just share it with the Penguin and Fish Crafters group. I encourage you to join. The Penguin and Fish Crafters group. Just do a search on Facebook for Penguin and Fish Crafters. It's where you can share your crafty goodness with a really fun little community. All right, let me see if I can share that. Let me just refresh my page there. I know there's some people that might be on the Crafters page and not here, so I want to make sure they can get it there as well. So let's see if it's popping up. Okay, there we go. Share. Hold on. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Share in a group name. Okay, so we are now shared to the Penguin and Fish Crafters group as well. Thanks again, guys. All right, so new project today. If you got my email today, I told you about last week. I went shopping for new fabric and I came across these super sparkly. I think you can see the sparkle here. Maybe you can't. But super sparkly fabric, and I didn't know what I was going to make out of it, but then I saw the hourglass block when I got home, and I'm like, you know what? I just need to do a nice, simple idea, like one small little block, and it's something I haven't done before, at least not in this way or not on purpose, specifically for an hourglass block, and I thought that'd be fun. So we'll take a look at the hourglass block and this way of making them, and I think it's going to be really fun. So thanks again for coming in, guys. If you're new, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery, and I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central on the Penguin and Fish page. So thanks so much for coming in again. So when I started thinking about this hourglass project, I realized that there's a lot of decisions that go in the start of a project. I was thinking hourglass and the 6 fat quarter pieces of fabric that I have, but then I got a little bit unsure of what to do for the size, so I had the option to do a really big block that ends up being a bunch of small blocks, or I can do a slightly smaller and end up with a really tons of hourglasses that we can make really patchworky. And I think I'm going to go that route. So we're going to go the slightly smaller route, and it'll just take a little longer, but I think it'll be scrappy and fun. So, all right, I'm going to flip you around, and we'll get going here. Oh, won't keep playing, just does a few words and shuts off. Oh, dang, I'm sorry, Bonnie. This will be recorded, you guys, and it will be on YouTube when we're done here. So, all right, I want to show you guys my fabric first because I'm so excited about it. I pressed it already, and I did actually starch it just a hair too. So, all right, I got this. Oh, there you can see the sparkle a little bit, shimmery. Here we go. This one's got some silvery in there. This is more of like a foil. This is more of like a glitter. This is kind of like a gold foil a little bit. It almost looks like velvet, but that's just from the print. Little sparkly, shiny dot. This is kind of a dark forest green, maybe. And this fun bright green here that's also pretty shiny. And then this sparkly little white, very, very glittery, a kind of a cream color. Oh, so it looks like some people are having trouble again. We've been having trouble the last few nights, and I can't quite figure it out. So we're going to just keep going for the night. The replay should be fine, and it'll be up here. And but if it's coming in for you guys, I encourage you to stick around. All right, so I did just change my blade on my rotary cutter, so I probably could cut through all 6 of these layers all at once, but I think I'm going to just do it 3 at a time. So here's the deal. This is my fat quarter. I'm going to flip you guys up a hair. So this is about the size of it. It is around 18 inches by 21 to 22 inches. And oh dang, lots of trouble with Facebook again tonight. I don't know, guys. They haven't seemed to do a good update or anything, so I am not sure. Oh, but you see me clearly tonight, Susan, so I don't know what the deal is. I don't know, maybe it's just too much moisture in the air or something. Who knows, right? But anyway, so I was debating whether to do a large, I need to start with squares, so I was going to start with a large 18-inch square, but now I think I'm going to go down to an 8-inch square instead and do a bunch of little smaller blocks so it could be more patchworky when I'm done. So that's the plan. So all right, I'm going to take the top 3 layers of fabric here and put these other guys aside. And I'm going to trim these. Let's line up the fabrics first. I'm going to trim 4 8-inch squares out of here. So all the selvages are over on this side, and this one's actually my smallest piece. This one was a little skinnier than the other ones. So I'm going to start by trimming two basically columns that are 8 inches, and then I'll cross-cut them down. So let's see, get my iron a little bit out of the way. So the selvage goes quite a ways. So we're going to start right there. Try and line them up at the bottom. So, okay, let's give that a try. Oh, like butter. I should have changed the blade a long time ago. All right, that was smooth cutting for sure. I'm going to scooch my machine out of the way for a sec because I need to get this guy in for 8 inches. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just double checking. All right. Oh, you guys can see my big light up there. Here we go. That might be a little bit better. It's hard to see the rulers on this fabric. All right. There, I measured 8 inches with this ruler, then got this other ruler in place so I can hold it with my left hand. And we'll trim that. And I'm just going to move this a little bit for now. Tilt you guys up. Let's do the other 8 inches. We're going to have some extra at the end, and maybe we might be able to do some stuff with those later. Add it to the quilt when we're done. There's about, I don't know, 5 inches or so left. All right, you know what? I might try cutting all 6 layers at once. This ruler, or this new blade is awesome. So, all right, this is scrap. We are not going to need that, although maybe we'll use it for a border or binding or something later. All right, I'm going to cross-cut these now, so I'm just going to rotate both of them. I'm trying to keep the edges together yet. So just lining the bottom edge along the ruler here, the cutting board. Oops, scooched a little. Let's get this one down here as well. Just gonna stack all 6 of these, which is more than I would recommend, but I don't know, I'm feeling confident in my new ruler, or my new rotary cutter here. Oh, your iPad's not working, but the phone is. Yeah, lately, I wonder if this is over all of Facebook Lives. I'll have to ask around to some other people doing Facebook Lives. because this is kind of a problem all of a sudden that it's not working. Oh yes, Cora, it is my new fun fabric. So I'm just trimming the edge here. Like nothing. I can go through those 6 layers super easily. So that's awesome. That's super exciting. So all right, another 8 inches. We're gonna be through this in no time. This cutting. It's fun to work in these big pieces too. All right, these guys are done. Let's do the one more 8-inch cut here. We'll have a little bit of extra again. Just a little. We'll find something fun to do with those. Ooh, I'm a little crooked, I think. Ooh, yeah, a little crooked, but oh well. So sparkly and shiny, this fabric. Okay. First set of fabric pieces are done. Oh, you think it's a problem all over. So Facebook has just got to get their situation together. I think then, boo. So, all right, well, the replays will work, and they will also be on YouTube when I'm done here if you guys are having trouble yet. All right, let's do this other batch. Oh, look at this one. It's so fun. They're all so fun. You know, it's all new fabric to me. I just purchased this fabric, so it's all like still extra special. Like I still get excited about touching it, and I've never worked with sparkly fabric like this before either. It's kind of exciting. Oh, man. I think I'm just a fabric nerd now. Like the rest of us. Like all of us, I guess. All right. So these got the big kind of selvages on there. So we'll trim that up. These are all pretty uneven, but I think I'm cutting them down enough that it's going to be okay. We're gonna have enough fabric. That's what I'm seeing. All right. Trim those selvages off. Then let's cut our 8 inches. Ooh, my computer sounds like it's working really hard, so hopefully our video lasts too. Okay, 8 inches. This is gonna make so many tiny little hourglass blocks. But wait until you see how we do the actual hourglass, how we piece the block together. It's really kind of a fun way of doing it. I've done something very similar with cutting half square triangles, but this has 2 more cuts in it that makes it into these little triangles that we can use for the hourglass shape. Ooh, lots of extra fabric left over, so that's nice. Here's my leftovers here. All right, let's turn these, and we are just about done cutting. Not working for any device. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. It seems that it might be an overall Facebook thing. I will look into that some more again, but bummer. Again, replay will work just fine, and it'll be on YouTube. So, all right, let's get these going so we can sew. Just want to make sure that I have the edge there for all of these. I can scooch over a little bit more, it looks like. Through all 6 layers again, which is pretty fun to do. Definitely worth the new blade. I still have a hard time talking and cutting at the same time. pencil seems pretty dangerous to me. I have to concentrate. Can't cut and talk. All right. Whole pile of squares there. And then one more cut, and we will be ready to sew. Oh, yours is good. See, it's so odd. Like, sometimes it works great for some people and not others, and then it flip-flops on itself for no reason. So, boo on Facebook for a little while. I don't know. We'll see if they fix the problem. All right. There we go. I don't need these rulers anymore for a little while. We'll just throw them up. Well, I'm going to set them down beside me here. Okay, so next up, guys, we have all our blocks. So now we can have fun. Yep, Rosalie, I'm making 8-inch squares. So I should have, what, like, oh my God, 24, right? Jeez. Math in the evening is not good. So 6 fat quarters, and I did four 8-inch squares in each. So Diana and Rosalie, they are 8-inch squares. So I've cut my fat quarter. I started out with fat quarters, which are 18 inches by 22 inches, and I cut 4 of them out to make, you know, with trimming around the edge to make 8-inch squares here. I am not sure what size this is going to end up. I'm kind of winging it. All I know is I want to make hourglass blocks. So, all right, so if you look up hourglass blocks online, there are so many pretty ways that people are combining fabrics. A typical way is color and then like white, which is really pretty because then you get these white, really, I think the white is really kind of clean and bold and allows the fabric to pop a little bit. Ooh, we are not working again here, guys. Trying to reconnect here. All right, guys, I'm going to finish this up and I will start again if you can hear. Hey guys, so I am back here. I will wait a few seconds for you guys to jump in here again. I think I was overheating on top of all the Facebook shenanigans that we've been having. I'm just going to share it again to the Penguin and Fish Crafters group, so just give me a sec here. Let me reboot this up. So, all right, good. You're popping back in, and that's awesome. So thanks again, guys. Thanks for bearing with me here. There we go. Okay, share. Share to a group. All right, Penguin and Fish Crafters. Okay, so, all right, I'm back again, guys. So thanks for joining me. I think we just overheated. So this should be shared in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group again as well. So if you're in there, you'll be able to find it there. But okay, so we just cut a whole pile of 8-inch blocks. I'm starting with 6 fat quarters, and I am doing 8-inch blocks. Oh, and you know what? Let's put the mic on again too. Whew, so much drama today. Okay, so I'm gonna flip you around. What we're gonna do next is, oh, it's working for all y'all again now. Perfect. Well, maybe this is the way to go. Well, you just missed the cutting if you are tuning in now. 8-inch squares. So I got 4 8-inch squares out of each of my 6 fat quarters. So 2 by 2, like that is how I cut it out. So there we go. I'm going to pair them together next, and I'm going to do that with lights and darks together as best I can. I did not think about lights and darks when I bought these fabrics. I just bought them because they had has sparkles in it. So, all right, I'm gonna flip you guys around. But again, if you didn't see the first little bit, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. And I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. We are starting a new quilt tonight. It is an Hourglass Block Quilt, done in a really kind of, I think it's an interesting way of sewing the blocks together, and we'll go over that, real soon here. So, all right, I'm going to flip you around, and we'll get going again. Okay, we are back. So, I turned the air conditioner on too. I think it's been like 90 degrees just about here the past few days, and we've been trying to hold out for the air, but I don't think the devices are liking that at all. So, all right, I'm going to just kind of first divide what I'm going to consider lights and darks. So this is clearly a dark. I'm going to shimmy up a little. So we got 4 of those. You know, this one's in the middle, this green, but I'm going to consider it a light colored fabric. This is a light, and I'm going to consider this blue a light colored fabric. And you don't have to do darks and lights together. Oops, I'm going to call this one a dark. Here's a light. I'm kind of just mixing and matching them right now, just separating them. What a lot of people will do is they'll pick a color and just use white as the opposite color. So color or patterned, fabric and white. Patterned fabric and white for everything. We are going to mix it up a little bit more so it feels a little more patchworky. So I'm going to do kind of relative darks and lights together, not pure white and darks. Even though that is very striking. If you do white, a whole pile of white squares with your other fabrics, it actually is very pretty. But we're going to do it this way. I kind of like that patchwork look. We might even get more patchworky as we go here, and I'll be able to tell you guys that in a bit. So, all right, we have our 6 different fabrics, 3 light, and 3 different colors that are dark. So now I'm going to pair these up. So you can be super consistent how you pair them up, or you can be kind of random, which is what I'm going to do. I really like the patchwork random look, so I'm going to kind of stick to that. So I'm going to take a dark and a light, and we want to pair them together. So, for example, these will be a pair. They will kind of live together in an hourglass. So yeah, I think let's just randomly grab here, see what comes of it a little bit. All right, this one I don't want to do. I just had one like that. You know what? We should probably stack these already so we have them kind of in order. All right, so I want to make sure that I have a green one with this. I suppose we could do one of each. Really, there should be enough combo to do one of each. So let's try that. All right, I'm already confusing myself though. You know what we can do already is we need to put these right side together like this. So I'm going to put them right sides together already. And we'll just start with this fabric. So let's do every combo of this fabric. So I have it on the green, I have it on the blue, and I have it on the white. Oh, I think we're going to actually get more than what I'm thinking here. But at least we'll get all the combos. Let's do this dark color. This one on the light. I love this white sparkly one. It's so pretty. And then we need the blue and the green. These are kind of the same tone, but we'll get a couple that aren't quite lights and darks together. Extra one of those. All right, now let's do this dark with this light. I could actually really keep all the greens together too if I wanted to do it that way, but doing the complete mix and match way, it looks like. If I contemplate too long on something, I won't end up making a decision. So it's probably better that I just decide and go instead of ruminate on it for too long. All right, then we have a few left over. So now let's just do an extra green on green, because I think that's pretty. This blue on the blue. And then we'll do this just kind of fancy scroll work one with this kind of gold. Yeah, I think that will work well. So, okay, we got our whole we got stacks of these guys now. So up next, let's take just one of them here. And what we are going to do, this is the fun way. So I think I'm going to make one of these completely. Which one do I want to make first, though? See, now I'm getting picky. Let's do this one, because I really like this blue. I like these two guys together so much, so we're going to do that one first. So the way we're going to do this is I am going to match all the seams up, and I'm going to sew all the way around the whole piece. So that's kind of weird, right? I mean, that's not your typical way of doing this, but I think it's really fun. I have done this for half square triangles before too. You can use this same method, but we are going to sew all the way around one of these right now. So let's go over to the machine. Let me slide that guy back over here. Okay. So I don't know, it's all of a sudden just working now, so I don't know if it's my stuff was heated up too much or what, but it seems to be working. All right, I'm going to start a new little leader here. So I'm just going to snip this off. Also, I need an ender too. All my other ones are getting kind of spidery, so let's just get started. I put a fresh needle in as well, and different colored thread. So, all right, again, I'm going to go all the way around 1/4 of an inch, actually my scant 1/4 of an inch. I just really think this way of doing it is fun. All right, I'm going to stop about 1/4 inch away. That'll do it. Then we're rotating. I could have gone one more stitch, but I think we're fine. So I want to keep making sure that my edges are together. Jeez, I just got paranoid if I did right sides together. So yes, right sides together, per usual. All right. I'm 1/4 inch from the edge again, and let's rotate again. Just keeping these seams together. All right, one more time. I'm going to trim this guy off now. Okay. So that is our step one. So again, maybe we can see it a little bit better on this side, or not. I've sewn all the way around the edge. Kind of goofy. But we're going to give that a press quick, just to kind of set the seam. Got my little kitty guy on here. Kitty towel. I think my iron has to wake up just a hair, but we are just kind of relaxing this this seam a bit here. So I think I am going to see if this fits on my rotating mat. Not quite. Oh, I need a bigger rotating mat now too, I suppose. All right, here is the fun part now. We are going to cut halfway on both sides here and on the diagonals of this whole piece. So we could go with all our other blocks and sew all of them at once, but I'm just going to show you how to do this one to start out. So I'm going to just use my, let me scooch you over. I'm going to just use my cutting board as a reference. So I'm just going to go 4 inches. This is an 8-inch block, remember, so I'm going to cut 4 inches, 4 inches, and then across both diagonals. And actually, if you just cross both diagonals, you'll end up with a half square triangle. Ooh, I moved here. Okay, now I'm not going to move anything. I'm going to leave them in the same spot, make sure they're together, and go from this angle to this angle, this corner to corner. All right, so if you stopped there, I'll just show you. I'll take one of these out carefully. If you stopped there, you'd have a half square triangle when you open it up, which is kind of awesome. So if you can use this exact same technique to do half square triangles, but we are going to go one more step. Let me just get these together again. All right, I'm going to also cut in half this way. Sliding a little bit, but we will be okay. And then one more at the other halfway point, which in our case is 4 inches. All right. So look at all these pieces we just made. So here's what we are creating. So we'll just take these two here. So we are going to press it open. So now we got this little kind of triangle with 2 triangles in it. So we'll press 2 of them like that. And then we'll see what we get. Oh, we're trying to connect again, guys. Oh, there you guys. All right, so we're back here again. So I'm going to just press all of these to the dark side now. All right, so I think we're back now. You guys, I think it might just be the heat here. It's just recently got really, really warm. I'm pressing all of these to the dark side. So I just did 2 here. And you can see once we're pressed open, then if we put them together like that, we have our hourglass block. So that's basically it. Then we will sew these 2 together. However, I could make them even more patchworky if I wanted to, which I might. So I think I'll sew just 1 together. Maybe with each block we'll sew 1 that's perfectly symmetrical like this, and then the other ones we'll mix and match. Like I could do this one with 1 from another piece, but just for the sake of finishing one, let's sew these together. So we're going on that long edge now. We've pressed them both to the dark side. So when we match them up along that edge, we should be able to nest our seams together, like so. And then just match up the seam, or the edge, and sew all the way along the edge. So let's give that a go. And, oh, it jumped and you didn't see what you did to make those. Oh, did you guys see, I don't know if you guys saw, did you see where we cut it all? We'll do one more tonight quick. So I'll finish this one and then we'll start and do a whole another one, assuming we can stick with Facebook here. So I'll just do one and I'll put all the other ones aside, all the other little pieces that we just cut. So again, I'm nesting the seam here and then kind of just kitty scratching these edges together. I call it kitty scratching, just when you kind of gently rub the edges together. And you could pin this or use Wonder Clips, but I'm just going to wing it. Oops. Make sure this is still nested together. Okay, get this other ender in here. Marjorie, stay tuned. I will do another one of these really quick here, if you missed how we did this one. But let's press this quick and see what we got. So I think we can do that little thing where we spin the seams a little bit too. So if we just kind of pull open that seam, just a little bit at the end, it makes like a little tiny block in there, and then we can press in all directions. Kind of a fun little thing. I learned that in the splendid sampler quilt along. So this is the other seam we had to press. The other 2 are pressed already. There, so now this will lay a bit flatter. Just going to press it from the front here quick. And this is our first hourglass block. We will actually trim it down as well. But for right now, I think I'm just going to sew them together. Oh, those are so pretty together. So here we are in our hourglass block. So now we have a whole 6 more of these guys that we can do more just like this. Or we can make another one and start combining them and just have a whole patchworky thing. So we'll do one more like this, just if you missed it. So I'm going to grab my next pairing. And again, I'm going to just key scratch it all into place. Right sides are together. We are going to sew all the way around the edge of this again. I'm going to try and do this fast so it doesn't cut out on us. Full speed sewing. All right, so then stopping about 1/4 of an inch away, rotating, making sure my edges are together. Quarter. I was going to say scant quarter, but then I just said squarter. Another 1/4 inch away. Let me just move these edges together a little bit more. All right, last seam here. And on our leader there again. Okay. What are the size blocks called in a set? So what are the size of the blocks? So we will be trimming them down to maybe 4.5 inches or so. Let's see. I'm gonna just I'm winging it a little bit, but I think we can get probably a 4.5 inch square out of that. So that's probably what we're gonna do. So each of these we will trim. I'm not trimming them yet just because I want to make another block. But let's press this first. Scooch over here. Again, I'm just doing this to kind of set the seam, warm it up. Okay, now we're gonna do the super fun magic cutting again. Oh, I don't know. I don't think these are typically sold in a set. This is an 8-inch block. I believe charm packs are like 5.5 inches. So Sherry, I don't think these come in a set like that. Oh, 10-inch blocks, 10-inch blocks sometimes come in a set, so you could do this with 10-inch blocks really easily. I forget what those are called though. But these we cut from, I just cut these from, oh yeah, layer cake, that's 10-inch blocks, I think, right? I don't know, someone tell me if I'm wrong. But I cut these out of 6 fat quarters. So I got 4 fat quarters out of each, 4 8-inch blocks out of each fat quarter. So yeah, you could easily do this with 10-inch. I would have frankly used 10 inches if I could get it out of a fat quarter. That would have been fun. You could do the same thing. All right, so here is the fun cutting. This is why I love this idea of sewing all the way around. We are going to cut at both diagonals and then both halfway points. So again, I'm just using my cutting board as a guide. I'm going to go 4 inches, to find the center, 4 inches for the center. But we'll do the diagonals first because, again, you can use this same method, and I'll show you again in case you missed it. You can use this same method of sewing all the way around the squares, all the way around the square, and then cutting them on the diagonal. You can use this same method to make half square triangles. So we're actually gonna cut more. We're gonna cut here and here. But again, if we stopped now, we would have a half square triangle. So it's kind of a neat little trick. I personally think this way of doing it. I think it feels like kind of like a magic trick when you go all the way around the edge and then cut a bunch of times. So I don't know. Maybe that's the reason I really like it, because I like when things magically happen. So all right. Now at the 4-inch mark, which is the halfway point. All right, and this halfway point as well. This is a little tricky for me. Oof, this is an unsafe edge for me. Hold on. That's why a rotating mat would be really nice for these. All right, so now I have these 8 crazy pieces, right? I mean, we just totally cut up that block. But if we take these, and we'll press them open, I'll take 2 again. So let's press 2 open, or 2 will actually be pressing to the dark side. So I like having the dark on the top. Give it a little press on the seam, and then open it, and the seam will end up being towards the dark. Oh, these are pretty together too. All right, again, the dark on top. I always kind of have the seam to my left and then open it up. Okay. So now, oh man, I'm going to confuse myself again. All right, how did we do this last time? I think I got to do a different one here. All right, there we go. One side is going to go one way, and then the other ones will be opposite. So I needed to find one of these opposite ones, right? Or am I just totally not seeing this right? Oh, yeah. So some of them, there we go. That's why it's not working. Some of them, they'll be mirrored to each other. So I need ones that are the same direction. So I need to actually, press that one open. Confused myself there. So yeah, you want the ones that are, when they're pressed open, they should go in the same direction. So like this. So now I have two where the dark is on that side. I'll have this one, the dark is on the other side. If I open this one up, it's probably, oh no, that's another one on that side. Anyway, when I press all those up, you can join them, or you can pair them up. So pick ones where they're both the same sides, and then if you take the long edge on all of them, you'll rotate one, then you'll put them together like that, and that's your hourglass block, like this guy here. So again, let's sew this guy together. So since we pressed them both to the dark side, we should be able to bump the seams up together. See, there you can see, because of this fold, we're actually bumping the folds up to each other. And that is what gives us a perfect little center where all the points meet. So, all right, I'm going to get this on first so I can just use my fingers as pins instead. So I'm bumping this up. You can actually feel the edge, feel that fold bump up. So I'm going to just hold that in place with my finger and then line up the edge, and we are good to go. So we are sewing that long edge. All right, we're through that center. Let's get this edge together. Okay. And, you know, once we get going, I'm just going to be doing, you know, I'm just showing you guys this one, but once we get going, we'll sew a whole pile of these all at once. Oh, Sue, see, I have not done that before. I am new to all of this block making stuff for sure. So, yes, so you can, I've heard of that before, but I haven't made a disappearing hourglass before. I'm going to do that same thing where I kind of open up. How to do that here? Oh, open up this top a bit. There we go. If you just press the seams, then you get that little pinwheel on the top here again. Press that one. Press here, and then I'll get that center. Okay. Flip that around, give it another little press. Oh, it's so shiny. This one looks so regal. I think it's because it's the shininess and that kind of scroll fabric. Oh, Sue, I'm going to look up the disappearing block right after this. So, okay, there we go. That is a, we got two fun little blocks. So a lot of times what people do is, it's kind of hard to tell here, but they'll rotate them. So we have the darks here, and then they're rotated this way, so the darks are at 90 degrees from each other. And that gives an overall kind of neat effect to the quilt, but we could do darks together and stuff too. Then we almost have squares that form. I don't know, but here's the other fun thing. So we did these two where both sides are the same, like it's both these blues and both these, but now that we have some pieces, we could, let's see, this is the dark and a light, so I need, nope, that's the opposite way. I need one where the dark is on this side. Man, all these are like that. Hold on a sec. Yes, so if you cut this in half, you would have two flying geese as well, see? So now we all of a sudden have a flying geese and a flying geese, or you could cut it this way. You'd have the other flying goose. So yep, definitely, Sherry. Like, yeah, that's for true. We could just cut all of these in half and then make a whole flying geese quilt. So there's so much flexibility, and that's kind of what I'm learning, what I've learned through the Splendid Sampler. Man, I can't find any with the dark on dark. One of these. Gotta be one. There we go, finally. Okay, so we could decide to start putting ones that are not the same together and get even more patchworky, which I think is what I'm gonna do for this project. So, like I said, I will do one from every cut where they are the same, where this is the same, these two are the same, and these two are the same. And then I think all the other ones I will just kind of grab and mix up like this. And because we're doing generally lights and darks, again, it's hard to tell with this green, but I think overall you'll see it. These lights and these darks, we will have the overall feel of the lights and darks still, I think. You can make things without paying an arm and leg for rulers. Yeah, it's true. So I'm super, oh yeah, so Sherry, so you don't have to pay for like expensive, you know, specialty rulers like that. Nope. I mean, you wouldn't even need a ruler at all to do this. You could just cut visually with a scissors a square and do this, and you'd be good to go. So I'm going to sew one of these combo blocks together and see what we get. I think this is just going to be fun. So then after this, so tomorrow we're going to continue this. I want to turn all these into a quilt. I'm telling you, I all of a sudden became obsessed with, like, I need to make an hourglass quilt like this. And if you look at some online, again, there are some very pretty ones that do white for their light color and then fabric for the dark. But then there were some just such pretty ones that were just all random patchwork, where they still sometimes had a light and a dark. And we're going to kind of stick to that light and dark, you know, just a hair. But even if you don't pay attention to that and just completely mix and match, it is still so pretty. So I'm going to, tomorrow we will continue making blocks. However, I think I am going to sew all of them all at once. So instead of doing all these and then cutting them up and then doing all the next one, cutting it up, I'm going to sew around the square of all of them, cut all of them up, and then I'm going to pair them up all kind of randomly like this. Ah, this is looking so fun. Let's do that thing where we spin this open. There we go. That just will let our seams all be flatter. Okay, let's hit the front quick. Ah, pretty. So this is still a good sized piece, especially if you've been working on the Splendid Sampler. This ends up about 4.5 inches. It feels rather large still. So there we go. Now we have a whole combo one, and I think I'm gonna like that versus being all symmetrical like this. But again, I will do a symmetrical one out of each just for fun, And then we can start, seeing how we want these all to go together. And I think it'll be really fun. We can create other shapes going on here. But here's a good example of kind of rotating it. Let's see if we can get another one here. No, I can never pick the right side. I just wanted to show you guys one last thing here. So if we did do them all the same, like it was like that, this is the same direction, but if you rotate it once, then you get this kind of cool effect going. Oh yeah, so if you do cut them in half, you would for sure have some flying geese going for you, which is kind of fun. Oh, but you know what? There's actually better ways to do that, because you're actually, if you're cutting it, then you're going to lose your point of the flying geese when you sew it in. So like if I would cut this is maybe good to go over. If I would cut this right in half, like that, so this is all you see. When you sew it, yep, exactly, Sue, the point would be cut off, because I'm going another 1/4 of an inch. So there are fun ways, quick ways like this to do flying geese, but yeah, I think you're right. This would not be the best way to do flying geese, because yeah, once you sew that in, your point's going to get cut off. So once it's in the quilt, it would be like this. Which, for some other purpose, it would be cool, but not the way to do flying geese. However, we should do that again sometime. Do fun ways to do flying geese, because there are so many ways to do that, and there are quick ways where the cutting is all goofy, like this. So thanks, guys, for catching me on that. That's what I need you guys for, to tell me when I'm totally off base and don't know what I'm talking about. So, all right, we have 3 hourglass blocks done tonight, and a whole stack of other guys here. So